but it's really called football. Soccer? The creators called it football. Soccer? You know, you play it with your feet. Reading between the headlines. Soccer? But it's really called football. Soccer? Hello, and welcome back to Reading Between the Headlines. I am your host, Asaf Nisim, and today we get to do more talking about football or soccer or whatever you call it. You know what else you get to do? You get to listen to my darn dogs, because my dogs just feel like they want to bark at the exact wrong time, and it's never a good time, is it, for them to just be a bunch of loud pups. Let's just use that word. Okay, but anyway, we are back to it. Today we're going to preview the upcoming game tomorrow against Nottingham Forest, Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest to be more specific. And we're not going to be doing it alone. We're going to be doing it with my good friend Daniel Stock, who's going to join us in just a second here. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. I guess just a second has arrived. And so let's invite Daniel on. Let's pull him up. And I'm about to do that. It's about to happen. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, if you can see me.
Everybody sees you. You look as handsome as the first day I saw you. And just making sure they do see you. But yeah, so good for you. How are you?
Great, thanks. It's Friday, holiday weekend. Can't complain.
Oh, is it a holiday weekend? Labor Day.
Yes, Labor Day. And it's also, Labor Day is the same day as my birthday this year, so
Daniel!
look out.
Daniel! I didn't know this. Well, you know what? I'm just going to have to commit. I'm not going to say happy birthday now. I'm going to commit to saying happy birthday when it is your birthday. What do you say about that?
I'm looking forward to it, Asaf.
That's cute.
Be checking my phone all day.
I'm sure you will. Okay, so yeah, we're back. You're back. Happy to have you back, my friend. So we got a game tomorrow. It's not been it's been okay recently, right? You feeling optimistic?
Yeah, I mean, couple results back to back. Feeling better than we probably were a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a little. I guess we'll get into it. But even though, I'm a performance guy versus, I mean, obviously results are results, but I like to go off about performances. And well, we did talk about this in an earlier episode. We talked about how much, what could actually mean anything to us against Luton, Luton. What would mean anything for us? I'm not sure we got anything that was meaningful. Good result, but as far as performance goes, something to hang on to. I'm not Raheem Sterling, and we'll talk about that. But okay, I'll tell you what. Let's just say we had a couple good results recently, and so feeling a little optimistic. And let's get right into it, okay? What I want to do is I want to just start off with Forest. I want to start off with their record and go from there. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let me pull it up. Okay. Let's go to a little bit of a share screen situation. There we go. Okay.
So, what time zone are you in? The game's not actually at 2:00 tomorrow, is it?
No, it is not. I was just trying to relate to, I think everybody else around the world. No, it's not. I don't know. It's FOTMob
at 10 a.m.
website. It's 10 a.m. It is 10 a.m. So whoever's, maybe I guess England should be 5 hours ahead of us.
Right. This is just floting around in the Atlantic Ocean. So if you live on a rowboat out in the Atlantic Ocean, it's 2:00.
This is when you watch the game. All right. So let's go to Forest now. So Have you been watching Forest lately?
I think I caught part of the game with United
Okay.
that you're hovering over.
Yeah, so you know what happened. Well, you know what happened in that game, but so as far as like what we're up against in Nottingham Forest, uh, they're basically their record so far is that they lost to Arsenal 2-1 in the first match, right? Um, they beat Sheffield United 2-1 in the second match. You could see here. You don't see the. Okay, I could pull that up. Not that one, but right down here, August 12th, right? So on
Hmm.
August 12th, yeah, they lost 2-1 to Arsenal. Then they beat Sheffield United 2-1. Then they lost to Manchester United 3-2, and we'll get into it. But then they lost in the EFL Cup to Burnley recently, which I mean, Burnley has not looked great. A lot of people are picking them to go down, so it's not exactly great for Nottingham Forest fans. Um, but actually, I don't think these results tell the whole story. At least I didn't see the Burnley match. I really don't know what happens there. But in the United match, which you just said that you watched, I'd be curious to hear what you thought because they were 2-2. It was a draw until the red card to the center back at Forest, right? Um, what was his name? Joe Worrell. He had a red card in that game, and then they scored the winning goal. Bruno Fernandes scored the winning goal. Am I correct?
Isn't that the game where maybe I'm
I'll pull it up.
misremembering? Is that the game that United went down 2-0 like within 4 minutes?
I think it is. I think that is. Let's pull up the match facts. Uh, Here we go. So, yeah, exactly. So, United went down 2-0 after the first 4 minutes. Eriksson scored the equalizer in the 17th. Assist by Rashford. Then you have, I'm sorry, not the equalizer, the first goal, and then the equalizer by Casemiro and the assist by Bruno Fernandes in the 52nd. Then it's all tied up. You have Joe Worrell. Can you see that down there? Yeah, Joe
Yep.
Worrell in the 67th minute got the red card there. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, okay. So and then Bruno Fernandes scores a penalty, winning the game. So I don't know if you remember what happened between the 67th and the 76th minute. I imagine Forest were probably under a lot of pressure and gave up a penalty. I didn't see the penalty call. I guess we could pull it up, but at the end of the day, it seemed that they were holding their own. They got goals in them, you know? Um, and so that result, although it's a loss, they basically came up just short against United, right? I mean, the possession is obviously lopsided, 66 to 34% here, to Manchester United. You can't see the 34 there, or you can probably, but they
I
can't.
can, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point, but it's not too important. Yeah. So it seems like they kind of held their own against United, right? And then obviously they won the Sheffield United. I guess the Arsenal match was a tight one as well. Um, so yeah, I don't think this is going to be a pushover game.
My take would be you're right that they do score goals, and we're very susceptible to the kind of goals that this team scores. It looks like I think their
Oh,
goals
it's
were either
absolutely.
from crosses or counterattacks. Things that we love conceding to.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, that's interesting that you say that because I wanted to talk about their leading scorer, who I think we're probably going to have to be watching more than I mean, obviously we got to watch everybody, but Awoni, what's his name? How do you pronounce his name?
I
Anwoni?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's like Anwoni. Um, yeah, Awoni. Okay, yes. So he is their top scorer. He has 3 goals, and he's only played 3 matches, and he only came on in like the 88th minute to score one of those, not to score one of those goals, but in one of those 3 matches. So I guess he's played, yeah, like three matches, and he subbed on for in the 88th minute. So Yeah, he's going to be dangerous. Um, and I actually wanted to pull up at least the goal against Sheffield United, because this scares me. And I think I mean, I really hope I'm wrong about this, but I think this is going to be, like you just said, set pieces. Um, Defending set pieces has been a problem. And I think this goal you're going to see a similarity in this goal. And I'm going to pull it up for you. And you can tell me where you remember this from. Okay.
Well, he's a big, strong, fast guy, and he's a Premier League striker. He's obviously a good player, and he's in good form.
Yep.
That's regardless of who you are, if you're in good form, you got to watch out.
That's right.
It'll be seeing, the defense looked pretty good the last couple of games, right? The
Sheffield
Chelsea
or
defense.
our defense?
Yeah,
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 I guess so, but it's hard to really gauge. Actually,
right.
no.
The,
Actually, no. I'm gonna say no. Not. I, if you, I obviously barely anybody's watched the game at Wimbledon, but I watched the extended highlights, and I actually streamed myself watching them. It didn't look good. Like, our defenders were still not doing it.
the Wimbledon game doesn't count for anything. I hate to break it to us off. It was like a total B squad. The main defenders might have.
Our B squad, yeah, okay.
Feel free to pull up the lineup, the starting 11
Yeah,
for
but
that match off, and
yeah,
maybe
there
we
were
can get back to
7
reality.
changes. There were 7 changes. That's true. No, we're not watching that. There were 7 changes. However, we don't even know who our best. I mean, we don't have anybody right now. It feels that way. I don't know why. It
What
just
What are you
really feels
talking
that.
about, man?
Well, up front, I mean, it's Jackson, right? I don't know.
Who else do you want? Jackson scored against Luton. He looks like a dangerous player. He's every bit of as dangerous as
Yeah.
the lead guy for Nottingham Forest.
No, I like him. No, you know what? He kind of reminds the Nottingham Forest striker in question, Awoniyi. Awoniyi.
I don't even think I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
give it a
keep
shot.
going. We're gonna keep trying. But yeah, he reminds me of Nicholas Jackson a lot. But well, anyway, let's just watch this goal here.
Johnson to get into the penalty area. He's held up, goes backwards now for Aurier to cross.
I can't see
Yes!
it.
Oh, you can't see that. That's
Correct.
right. They could see it though.
It's hard to have a discussion about something. I can't see.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do this? We'll go right to YouTube for it because I want you to see it. If YouTube works, come on, work YouTube. I'm streaming to you. Yeah, here you go. Sheffield versus Forest highlights. Oh, no, we don't want to pull that one up.
Goes towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's just hanging there for a second. Ahmed Hodzik was the
first goal, isn't it?
in 1-0.
There it is.
Pulled it back for Serge Aurier, and Aurier from in.
What does that look like?
Absolutely.
Huh?
He bullied them.
Yeah, well, it looks exactly like the West Ham goal, the first West Ham goal against us. I mean, that was from the corner. This was, curled in by Aurier but still from the right. And back post, just a back post leaping header, towering over the defender. And I can't show you that one either because I have them cut up, but I probably should have thought about this before, that my share screen with you is not this, but let's not get into technical details there. The guy's good. He's scoring goals. He scored a goal against Arsenal. It was on the break. And I believe he scored a goal against
United.
Yeah, right, United, and that was also on the break. So he's kind of that Nicholas Jackson, counterattacking, very athletic and quick striker, but he also jumps up and gets headers. I mean, exactly the same spot that we've been weak, which is like our right side back post.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna want to watch out for that one.
They're gonna try it for sure. I mean, we're gonna have 70% possession, just like you saw in the United stats. Like the game's probably gonna play very similarly, and I would bet the result's gonna be very similar.
Well, they don't have
Um,
James Ward-Prowse, so there's that. By the way, who has had a freaking major assist in every single game since he
is
started with United
is
West
this
Ham.
gonna be your new thing? Your new player for the season is James Ward-Prowse.
Yep.
Is that what we're already seeing?
Listen, the
Is that
prediction's already been made, so it's not like yeah, I'm not going to go. I mean, I won't belabor the point too much.
he's gonna make it into your final 11 for the best players of the season? James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, probably not. But I mean, for a team like West Ham, anyway.
Hey, they West Ham played today. I think they got the result right.
Yeah, they did. They're just going to do well. They're going to do really well.
2-1 over Luton. Yeah.
And you can bet that James Ward-Prowse is going to be a huge part of it. He's already, I mean, he was the Fought Mob player of the match today.
Oh.
For whatever that's worth. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be a player for them. Okay, they also actually, now that I look at it, they actually do have some other really solid players too. Quality players on their team.
I don't really remember
Nottingham
that
Forest.
being the case.
Well, I mean, they've got like, let's look at their squad, but they've got like Nico Williams. They do have John Joe Shelby, although I think he's injured.
John Joe Shelby. Asaf, I'm gonna give you one opportunity to walk that one back. What?
All right. What, just because he has alopecia?
Bro, no mention of John Joe Shelby in the Premier League should be in the same sentence. Right? If we're talking about like I don't even know what would be a justifiable use case of John Joe Shelby.
You don't like
That
John Joe
guy-
Shelby?
That guy is so done. That guy never was.
What?
Bro.
I mean, you have a good point. But guess who else Forest have, by the way?
Are you gonna say Willie Bolly because he's on my screen now?
No. But that's a good point.
And Serge Aurier?
And Serge Aurier. But who did they pick up today?
Sangare from the Dutch league.
Give you one. Okay, I'm surprised you know that, but I'll give you one more freaking guess. And he came from a team you know quite well.
Did Forrest make any other
Yeah.
things today? I didn't see.
Oh.
I just saw the Sangare.
Am I completely wrong about this?
I don't
Okay,
know
I'm
what
just
you're
gonna
talking
go
about.
with
Maybe
it.
say it.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
like 3 million with 5 million in add-ons, something like that.
Fact that you know that too. Very nice. Very impressive, Daniel Stock. But they just got Callum Hudson-Odoi. I mean, I don't think he's gonna play for them tomorrow, but I mean, you never know, right?
That guy is so mid. It's not like he can't make it anywhere he goes.
Okay. So, Aurier. That's let's just count the players that have played for the first team for other big clubs, right?
Obviously, he played for Spurs.
Yep. You got Aurier.
Is that the same Felipe that they had last season that played for Atletico Madrid for the longest time?
Oh, that's a good question.
Kind of looks like
He's injured though, so
he's like the ancient Brazilian dude. Yeah.
yeah, he's irrelevant.
That's him.
Though. He's injured, so forget him. But they do have Ola Aina, Chelsea academy boy.
Couldn't tell you who that is, so clearly he's not very good.
He's a Chelsea academy boy, and he is pretty damn good. I
That's
like
weird.
him.
He's playing for a relegation side, but continue.
We'll see about that. I mean, not real. I mean, they're doing all right so far, given their run of games. Nico Williams, Liverpool guy, Liverpool boy. You know about that? Okay.
Sure.
There's a few right there. I think Kouyaté is pretty quality.
He's just a physical player. He lacks
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah, okay, he's good in the midfield. I mean, I don't know this Danilo. Chris Wood.
Oh wait, did they have Andre Santos? Did they get him on loan from us?
Oh, is that on loan?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. More quality. More
Uh,
quality.
more like inexperienced and likely to give away a pass in the back and concede.
Listen, bro. Okay, let's hope that's the case, right? Um, but they have some quality in the side. I mean, they have some.
What are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about?
These guys are no ones.
Not to
They're
mention
literal.
Taiwo Awoniyi. All right, who
Oh
has?
yes.
Okay, who's our
Yes.
top scorer, Dan?
At this moment, Raheem Sterling.
How many goals does he have, Daniel? I'll wait.
3?
2.
3.
Well, he's got
3.
2 in the league anyway, so maybe he has 3 total.
I think he's got 3.
Really? Well, anyway, okay. I'm not here to hate on Raheem Sterling, to be fair, but
Maybe he's got 2. I don't know.
I think he has 2 in the league. But Awoni is going to be a threat. Watch out, Daniel. All right.
Yeah, like I get it. You know, as bad as that guy is, he is a threat.
All right, so we're gonna do this. Yeah,
Anthony Alonga.
Anthony
So
Alonga.
is that
Yeah.
another United reject?
Right winger.
Quite a few of those hanging around. I already saw
Yeah,
Man
he is a
U like
United
5 times.
reject. Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah. He's You know what? Okay. We'll see what happens. Okay. But why don't we go on to Chelsea form?
Sure.
So we've seen the state of Forest as much as we can, very briefly here, looking through the stats, looking Awoni. I wish I could have played my clips, but I'll get that in for the next show. Yeah, we drew at Liverpool, right?
Yep.
Or was that at the Bridge?
That was, I want to say at the Bridge.
Killing me, Smalls. Or was it? We're in 10th place.
Or 3 games in. That means nothing.
Yeah, that's true. But still. Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi anymore?
Well, I talked about him last time I streamed just by myself, and I think, if I remember correctly, I've always liked him. I've always wished him the best, but he's not proven himself. He just hasn't done it, has he? In terms of consistency, in terms of you see him in the lineup and you feel confident the kid's going to do something. Not really. Sad.
He's one of those guys. He's quick. He's got the close control, but the end product just never seems to be there.
Yeah. So, would you say good riddance or what a shame?
Why even ask the question? You know I hate 95% of the players.
So the answer is the former for Daniel Stock. Good riddance.
Absolutely good riddance. That guy didn't do anything for us, did he?
Okay. All right. So,
Speaking of which, Kai Havertz, good riddance.
oh yeah,
Just wanted to get that in there.
Yeah, you just need to get that in every time you're on the show. So
Anytime
that's fair
I
enough.
can
Fair
get
enough.
it out in public.
That's all good. You know what? I respect it. I got no problems with that. I'm going to give it to you. Okay. Moving on. Our form ain't great. It's about as good as one Nottingham Forest's form. Just about as good, really. I mean, I think we have like one more win. Yeah.
That's right. I think we're headed in the right direction, and I do think we get the result tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
you couldn't tell that from the Wimbledon game, man. Or
Please stop talking about the Wimbledon game. It didn't happen. Forget the EFL Cup exists, the Carabao Cup. All right, it's not an indication of anything other
was so
than
bad.
our next generation of players that get some minutes. Right? It's for the squad players that don't get to play in the big games. Like, that
I
cup is
guess so.
irrelevant.
But the line is just so blurred right now because barely
Nobody's
know there
playing
are a
hard
lot
in
of
that
new
game.
players that are unproven, and it's like a youngster versus a new player that's unproven. I don't
Look,
know.
I think the Luton game was much more of an indication of where the team's headed than whatever midweek fixture we played in whatever domestic cup.
I
Um,
guess so.
we're finally getting enough time here with Poach where the team's starting to buy into whatever he's putting out, and we got a good result. Spirits should be high after 2 wins on the trot here. Coming up against another weak opponent, we should be looking to capitalize and get all 3 points. Am I wrong?
Well, I would be careful with the weak opponent thing, but
Bro, they're Nottingham Forest. They're not Man City.
they're better than fucking excuse my language.
Asaf,
Ugh,
there's children
there's
here.
children. Actually, no, this is not made for children. And I purposely don't check that box when publishing. But yeah, no, I still don't.
They
I
came in like
actually feel
17th place
worse.
last year.
I actually feel less optimistic after the Luton and the Wimbledon match than I did after the West Ham match for some reason. I mean, like, I feel like we went down. We actually went down in some ways. We got worse. It
And that's
looked.
where I produce my usual take that Asaf, you're delusional.
Well, we're
I don't
still
know why you
keeping
would think that.
possession. We're still dominating the game, which is good. That's not something we did last season ever, even against small teams. Uh, so so I that's positive. But I think I'm worried about. Let's just say I'm going into Nottingham Forest worried. I'm
About
worried,
what? No, no
dude.
worries. Just enjoy the
They
match. It's going
have
to be a good one.
Nico Williams, bro.
Oh, Asaf, you can't say things like this. You know it's
My
going to
dogs
trigger me.
immediately start.
Like
My
Nico
dogs are
Williams
triggered.
is an insignificant human. Okay, I hate to break it to you. Serge Aurier doesn't exist. All right, forget that that man exists.
Okay? He's got more goals than Sterling. All right?
Oh my gosh,
Scores against Arsenal, scores against United and Manchester United, scores against Sheffield United.
that's
Whatever,
great.
but like Manchester, you don't think he's going to score
He's
now?
he might score, he might not. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have
The
a
way
crystal
we
ball.
looked, yeah. Well, what was we had our first choice keeper in at Wimbledon, right? Sanchez. We had our first choice keeper at Wimbledon, and we had, I think, Levi Colwill started. Yep, Colwill started, and Disasi started. Okay, so how? Oh, come off it! Like, look at it. Like Sanchez. I know we had 7 changes, but again, a lot of our starters are unproven. So it's like,
Asaf,
where's the margin?
Asaf, come on, man. Come on. You're better than this. Come on.
Look though.
At what? You told me there's 7 changes. That side resembles nothing even remotely close to our starting 11.
Well, we'll find out actually, and we're going to talk about that later on because I want to do a little bit of predictions. Um, yeah,
Hey, your prediction was basically spot on. Didn't you have 3-0 as a scoreline for the Luton game?
think so.
I might have had 4-1. I think you had 3-0.
Oh, good point. But I gave Jackson 2 goals, not Sterling. I think whatever.
I thought you had Jackson, Sterling, and Chile.
Silva, I think maybe Silva.
Silva? Yeah, maybe a
I
defense.
think it was Silva, Thiago Silva, 1 header. All right, well, I think I did have Sterling on there as well. But okay. Thank
Sterling
you.
is a
Thanks for
madman at the
backing me up.
moment.
Dude, right? So happy
He's
with him.
playing with a lot of confidence, and he's driving at defenses, and not many have an answer for what he's doing.
Yeah. Actually in the I watched the post match and one of the press people asked Putch or mentioned to Putch that Sterling wants to be the top goal scorer at Chelsea this season. I'm like, that'll either be terrible or awesome. Either we're just not going to have very high scoring players or a lot of players that run up a big goal tally, and Raheem's going to get it, or Raheem's going to step up bigger than he ever has in his career. I don't think he's ever been the top goal scorer at any club.
I mean, to be fair, at the time he was at City, he was probably competing with Aguero. And
Yeah.
where was he before that? Liverpool? Was he on
Yeah.
Liverpool with Suarez?
Yeah.
So those are like two of the best players that played in the league within the last 10, 15 years. So,
Yeah. Well, I think it's more like, well, yeah, but he's not a striker. He's a winger. And like if he's scoring the most at our unless he's going to be played as a striker. And at the moment, another thing I saw at the press conference, what is Puch going to say? He says he's happy with the squad, whatever. It looks like Cole Palmer is the last player we're going to be acquiring. That's it, pretty much. There's nothing really that seems going to go through. Well, there's no striker in there. What else can I say?
Jackson and Broya.
I have high hopes for Broya, but you
Who
don't
were you
go
looking
into a
to sign at
season.
striker? Who's available that you were looking at? Asaf, in your
Honestly,
infinite wisdom of the
I
transfer
don't know.
market.
Listen, dude, I'm not. I'm just saying this is a problem. I am sick of going into seasons without a recognized, established, proven Premier League striker. We have Broha, who I think is looking good for the future.
Let's be real, that guy's mediocre. Let's just put it in
Is he
face
better
value.
than Burstow? I mean, who do you prefer?
I don't really haven't seen Burstow that much, and I didn't catch the midweek game.
Yeah.
I
He
watched
didn't look great.
preseason where he featured, but I don't think he was like a standout.
No.
I don't really know how he fits into the squad at all, other than playing in these stupid games where we save Jackson's legs and he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it would have been obviously ideal if he would have been able to have a good game. I don't think he had a very good game. I'm not sure that it was built for him to have a good game, but
It was all about Modweke.
yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have seen the actual game, but I didn't see anything from him really in the highlights. A little bit. I think he had one chance that he skied. Don't quote me on that, but
Wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. Well, like, and again, it's just like we always have this like striker curse at Chelsea. We rarely have since Drogba, like a strike. I mean, we've had some. We have Diego Costa. Torres went the way Torres went. Morata went the way Morata did. Higuain went the way Higuain did.
Oh, Higuain, I forgot
Yeah,
about
we
that.
just don't. Yeah, exactly. But nothing works out for us with strikers, and I'm just tired of like, how is this the plan? Like this has been going on at Chelsea for a long time. How is this the plan?
I think I think Jackson really is a good player. Like you give him a chance. Like and even every time we bring up Jackson, you're like, yeah, I kind of forgot about Jackson. He's pretty good. Like
He's pretty
every single
good,
time.
but he's a little
He's young. He
limited.
played for Villarreal. Give him some time. He looks like a good player.
No, he looks like a good player, but again, give him some time, and I want to give him some time, but you have to have the first string ready to go, and it ain't him. To win, to do. Look, he could have a stand. Let's just say, it's always possible. It's possible that Broha has a standout season and scores frickin' 14 goals. It happens,
That season it scores 14 goals.
Well, I don't know when he comes back if he starts scoring goals. You never know.
14.
He's a
14.
striker.
Asaf, that's a hilariously low amount of goals to have a standout season.
Well, for Broha, that would be a standout season. 14 goals for him would be a big deal.
For him, yes, I would agree with that.
So you're proving my point. Like, he's not an established, proven Premier League striker. I don't see is Nkunku out for a really long time? Was it hamstring?
You'd have to look. I think it's before the end of the year. I think it's like October, November. For Nkunku
injuries.
And that's what I was about to say is that Sterling's in excellent form. Wait until Nkunku's back. He's going to get the service. He's going to get tap-ins. He's going to get headers. He's going to get, sent through on goal because he's always in to get behind.
That's the way he can score goals, but he doesn't. I am not seeing complete striker yet. Just not.
How many at that age are complete strikers short of like Kylian Mbappe? Please, come on.
No, I agree, and I have high hopes for him, but I'm just worried about the near term now. All of a sudden, I'm worried about the near term. Like I'm worried that not even just the near term, but like this season, we're gonna have trouble. It says Nkuku's out for at least 4 months, according to the Athletic. You know, that
And
is
he's
a
been out
freaking long
for
time.
like a month already, so probably 3 more months lands us
And you got
in
the
like
international
November.
break, buy us some time. Yeah, yeah, he was. Uh, yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I'm not super stoked about this whole thing. About our striker list. Not great.
No, and again, that's the thing. Like I'm trying to stay optimistic about Jackson.
Yeah.
I think the overall sense is that, of course, he doesn't feel like a premium striker, right? You don't have the confidence you have that you would get with a Luis Suarez or a
Mm-hmm.
Lewandowski, right?
Or a
One of
Harry
those players
Kane.
where, right, if the ball comes to him in the box, on the ground, in the air, it doesn't matter. Those guys just make ridiculous things become routine.
Yeah.
When you see Jackson, you cross the ball to him and he could sky it. He could miss the ball and kick himself, right? These are things that are very capable of that this player is capable of,
Yeah.
right? He's not polished and refined like those elite strikers.
Yeah.
But again, he's super young.
He's
Give
not
him some time.
yeah. He's not like okay, if you're gonna guess how he's gonna score, the guy's probably gonna score uh one of two ways. Running into space and getting the ball in behind and running in onto it. It's probably the number one way. And then
The other one
something
would
more
have to be.
direct, maybe a header, maybe
It's got to be from across on the ground in
yeah.
the air. It doesn't matter. He's going to get on the end of it because
Yeah,
he's
he's
always
just
moving.
yeah, he's not like and I think he's had like a nice turn or two, but it's just it seems like a lot of big motions, a lot of big
He's a big guy.
actions. Yeah, like a big wide turn, a big like there's not a lot of close control and a lot of like technical control in tight spaces from him, which is really, one of my favorite attributes of a great striker is that they do have that too.
How many big guys turn like what you're trying to describe? Like this, I think he's fine. He's an athletic
Well, we're
player.
talking about like your top tier or second or just below top tier striker, even somebody like, even like this is an old player, but uh Dimitar Berbatov, the way that what he
What?
had exactly
I
that.
love Dimitar
Yeah,
Berbatov.
he's a
Come
great
on.
player, and he was that type of player that is the opposite of Jackson, like very good in tight spaces and finesse and can turn like without a
Well, he
big action,
he was a more technical player.
Exactly.
Jackson's not super technical.
Yeah, that's what's missing, I think, so far. And I don't know, maybe he'll get it, but it seems he seems more of like a Tammy Abraham sort of style of striker. But but
Yeah, like I
honestly,
get
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying.
Tammy Abraham's more proven. Tammy
Is
Abraham's
he?
more proven. Like we let Tammy Abraham go. It just feels a little I don't know. Just doesn't feel But you know what? Okay, we'll just stay optimistic on that, right?
I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow and seeing him score. He's going to
Yeah,
score tomorrow.
I hope so. I really do. I wanted to see him keep scoring, but yeah. Anyway, I'm worried about it. What do you think about this Cole Palmer thing?
And that's what I asked you, and I don't even think you literally pushed it right aside when I
Sorry,
texted
buddy.
you earlier this week.
Oh,
You're like,
that's right.
"Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I can't even focus on that because I can't get the game."
I
I'm
was
like, "Oh,
pissed. I was incensed, man. Come on. I'm looking.
I'm
I'm
like,
like, I don't
really?"
care. I'll pay $20. I'll pay whatever it takes to watch this darn game.
So I guess we could talk about it now.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with you, I haven't seen much of Cole Palmer. I
Mm-hmm.
see, I occasionally turn a City game on.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer, he might come on in the second half, right? I don't see much of him. I couldn't even particularly tell you what position he's best in.
Seems like a
Maybe
number
you
10
might
sort
be
of Phil Foden role. No, like.
okay. Yeah, like some sort of creative midfield player.
Yeah, let's pull him up. Why not, right? Let's see his highlights from last season, maybe.
I'm just glad we paid like not an enormous fee. Like if we paid 60 for him, I would have cried. But I think we paid like 35
Hey, look, man.
or 40.
City fans are not happy. City
Well,
fans are gutted about this. You
it's
know.
because he's super young, and that
Well,
they got some older guys that
it's also easier to look good when you're in a team full of City.
superstars,
Yeah, just
literal
like
world class players in every position.
yeah. City is just a plug and play team. The way that Pep has built them is just like, okay, we don't got this guy. All right, just put in this guy. Again, harkening back to that old Barcelona days where you had all these superstars, but then, one day maybe Xavi was out and then they just grabbed somebody from the academy and it's like, oh, okay, this guy looks like a little Xavi now, And maybe that's part of the whole Cole Palmer thing. Look, him against Cuckoo, him against us. Let's see. I guess,
You know what player? This is so off topic, but
yeah.
You know which player I miss so much,
Who dat?
and obviously since he's retired, David Villa. That guy,
Oh,
like,
what a player.
I need a player like that back. Like, I mean, who's even like Youngman's son? Like, who else is like that plays off on the left and is just money every time?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's. You mean David Silva?
No, I mean David Villa.
Okay, because I'm thinking of him more in the striker's role, but
When he came to MLS and maybe for the Spanish national
yeah,
team, but when he played for Barca, he was
right.
definitely out on the left.
Yeah, yeah. Well, man, it's been a while since David Villa, and how long did he retire recently, or did? No, he retired a
Uh,
while ago, eh?
Probably 5 years, not even 4 or 5 years ago.
I saw Rio
If that.
Ferdinand talking about him, or a bunch of guys like round table talking about him and just singing his praises. Basically, what a player!
That guy was so good.
Yeah, he's the record goal scorer for Spain, if I'm not mistaken.
Either him or Torres.
I think it's him.
I
don't
think it's him too.
Torres. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to have a striker like that, man. Jeez.
He just knows how to find the back of the net.
Oof.
Just so good from any
Yeah.
angle.
Never played in the
Both
Premier League, if I'm not mistaken, either. I don't think he ever played in the Premier League.
I think he had a pretty lengthy career at Barca. You'd have to look it up, but
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
that guy, he's just one of those like I get such nostalgia
Very off
from
topic.
like
Very off topic.
it is,
Daniel.
but you were talking about Barca and like prior to you bringing up Barca, I was thinking about David Villa for some reason, and then I just had to say it because
David.
yeah, that's how you say it. I know, right? Like it's David Silva and David Villa, these Spanish
David.
guys. No, it's not.
David.
No, it's not.
No, it's David. You think they just say
so
David?
How do you say the most recent Spanish goalkeeper from United's name?
Most recent. What
It's
is it? Onana?
David De Gea.
Oh.
David De Gea.
David De Gea. David
No.
De Gea. It's not?
It's my understanding that every commentator I've ever heard, it's always David De Gea.
Oh, please, the commentators.
David Villa, David Silva.
All right, whatever. Anyway, great player.
I'm gonna look it up later.
Okay, well, let's go on to Cole Palmer. I actually don't. I don't really understand. I'm not gonna downplay him that much. But how is that the business we struggled so hard to complete? Like, we have midfielders.
No, we don't.
What? I mean, we just spent in excess of £200 million on just 2 midfielders.
Yep, on players that aren't particularly good in the final third of the
and
field.
Gallagher has been playing kind of well recently.
Oh, here we go again. with
What?
Gallagher.
You don't think so?
He's okay.
He's been doing well, and he was captain.
Bro,
against Wimbledon.
He's not Kevin De Bruyne. He's not Martin
Nobody
Odegaard. He's not literally any other player with any amount of talent. Like, come on.
Yeah, and this guy Cole Palmer is. I mean, listen.
I didn't say that.
I'm just happy that City fans are pissed. So.
Oh my gosh.
What do I care?
We'll see.
We'll take him.
I was just gonna say maybe he gets in off the bench tomorrow. He's not gonna come into the starting lineup, right? I don't think we're probably gonna start with the same 11.
No,
as we
I
did
doubt it.
against Luton.
Are you kidding me? No, he's not gonna start. In the pre-match, Pochettino said that it's too earlier for Lavia.
Well, he's injured. He's literally injured.
Oh, that's why? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Okay, so he wasn't talking about. Okay. And I don't. It's possible we'll see Mudryk tomorrow. Not that anybody's like clamoring to see him back in, but like it is a weird situation. It's a weird situation that we've got ourselves into with that. It's not panning out whatsoever, is it?
Again, young player. We have him on contract for like literally 15 decades. Like
Maybe
that
not
guy will
literally,
that
but
guy will
okay.
literally die on Chelsea's books. Um,
Literally.
uh, Again, another player that just needs some experience. He's probably still feeling the pressure. Just let him. Well, I say that, but like if he doesn't perform, he'll just get sold to like Fulham.
It'll probably go on loan. Okay, so here we have the predicted lineup, and surprise, surprise, Mudryk ain't in it.
Well, the predicted lineups are pretty much always wrong.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think these back
Where's
four are
Enzo?
wrong.
Is
Enzo's up
he
here. Yeah.
up? Okay. And
Uh,
that's in my eyes, it's probably the other way around. I think Gallagher probably starts where Enzo is, and Enzo slots in where Gallagher
oh, well,
is.
the formation is probably, well, no, that's probably right, actually.
We're probably going to play 3 at the back.
It's probably
Well,
going to be
it's
Chile and
really
Gusto.
5 and then 3 in attack.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is when you play with the fullbacks, it's like you play from what I can tell, you play a more dynamic game, and you play with those fullbacks, those wingbacks or whatever, running up and down constantly. And so when we're in attack, especially against a team that's like shelling or keeping a more compact shape, we're gonna be. It makes more sense because those two fullbacks just become attackers, those
Right.
wingbacks.
And Chilwell's obviously very good at that.
Yeah, and actually, Gusto's been good, so I'm feeling pretty optimistic about that pairing, those two full wingbacks, right? Chile and Gusto. He ain't okay. He's not Reece James. Again, I think Reece James is going to be the best in the world in that position in no time, if he isn't considered by some already. But Gusto's been pretty good deputy in that position. How have you felt about him?
Yeah, no, he's been playing okay. I would define him as a liability defensively. I think
Uh-huh.
tomorrow, especially, he's going to be tested on the back post. You know,
Yep.
he's not. Again, he's another one of those young guys, isn't he? Click on him real quick. How old is he? He came from League One, or I'm sorry, you're going to yell at me. League
Ligue
One.
1, 20.
Yeah,
Ligue
exactly. He's
1.
just another one of those guys. That guy screams capable of making many terrible mistakes at the back.
But thankfully we're playing 3 at the back, so it's like
Yeah,
less.
because DeSassi's any better, right?
No, it's not been good, hasn't it? It's not been good. It's not been good in that spot right here. Right here is going to be a problem. Right here in the box. That's going to be a problem. But what I've been liking is Gusto's sort of understanding with Sterling and Jackson. It seems like that's developing nicely. And we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that. I don't know how long RJ's out, but we're gonna need.
I was just about to ask. I don't know how long
Let's find
he's
out.
out.
But Reese,
He's the last couple seasons. He's just always out. The guy can't stay healthy.
it's a worry. It's a worry. Here, injury update from Chelsea Football Club. That's good. Okay, so we have all the guys here. So Badiashile returned to partial team training. Yeah, he's not coming back. Putch made that very clear. He's not coming back until after the international break. Bettinelli, nobody cares. Thank you very much. Broha returned to partial team training. He's also not going to be back until after the international break, according to Pochettino. This isn't breaking news on Trevor Chalobah. I always thought his name was Trevor. It
No.
ain't Trevor.
No, it's not.
It's Trevor pronounced like an Englishman pronounces it. Trevor. Right? Or is it Trevo? Nobody calls him Trevo.
I don't
They
know.
call him Trev. All right.
I don't think anyone ever talks about that guy. So You make it too easy.
I
You make
do.
it too easy.
All right, fine. Oh, Chukwuemeka. Okay. Early stages of rehab program. Okay, no, he's
Which
not.
means he's out for a long time.
Yeah.
Is what that means.
He ain't come back. Fofana.
Oh, what's the deal with Fofana?
It still says continuing with the early stages of his rehabilitation program.
All right, so he's out for a long time. Sounds like everyone's out for a very long time.
And Reece James continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program.
That
And
sounds like
Cuckoo
4 to 6
continuing
weeks.
at the early stages of his rehabilitation program. Yeah, we're basically screwed, dude. We're basically screwed. We're basically screwed. But again, Gusto, it's not the X factor that Reece James is, but at least he's doing all right there.
How is Cole Palmer the guy we end up with? It's.
I don't see what I don't get it.
How
We're
hard
missing
is it to
so
get
much
an
here.
established player?
We're missing so much, dude. We're missing so much. Honestly, where did Zaha go? Wilfred Zaha?
Well, I think people say that guy sucks. He went to either
Saudi?
Fenerbahce or
No,
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray, I think you're right. I think he went to Galatasaray.
I don't know what
Yep.
happened to him. Like, did he just have a terrible year last season? Because he was
No,
like,
he was good. What are you talking about?
then how did he end up at Galatasaray?
Money?
Bro, they're
Live-
not
live-
paying him.
Yeah, they are. For sure they are. For sure they are.
If that were the case, he should have went to Saudi Arabia. Why would he go to
Right?
Turkey?
Good point. But no, they wanted to keep him because I was watching Roy Hodgson talk something with Roy, and he
Okay.
was saying we're trying our best to keep him, but it is what it is. But anybody that would have been proven, this lineup just this ain't it.
Well, didn't we make we had like a late interest in Eze?
Eze I like a lot actually, but I doubt that would ever happen. They can't get rid of all their players.
Sure they can. What do you think Brighton does all the time?
And they're still winning.
Exactly. So Crystal Palace can keep winning, except they never were winning to begin with.
Well, yeah.
So what is there to lose? Just get your bag and stay afloat, stay in the Premier League, keep making money, keep selling players.
Yeah, for sure. But it's not helping us right now because this window's closing and we're not getting anybody.
It's closed.
We already paid them through the nose for Caicedo. I mean, we just bought like 3 midfielders for £100 million each. One of them's injured. The other one not doing awesome, but whatever. We give him time. And now we bought Cole Palmer. It's not really making sense right now. I'm getting less happy about it, but it is what it is. One good thing, Levi Colwill got his first call up to the England national team. So it seems Southgate is recognizing his talents a little bit, and in the same way that maybe certain me is recognizing him. Loving Colwill.
He's just a young guy that's getting some reps in the English team. I mean,
No, I don't think that's it. I mean, he is, but I think that Southgate sees him as a real player, man.
Who are the other standout English defenders? It's not like
Harry Maguire.
it's not terribly difficult to get into that squad.
Lewis
I don't
Dunk
think.
is a
Tyrone Mings.
Good player.
Like who are the other English defenders? Kyle Walker.
Ben White probably.
Who
Arsenal. Plays for Arsenal.
Yep.
Like
no,
I
none of
mean,
those guys are.
Yeah. Who knows if he'll start? But I guess that's just my way of saying I think he's a good player, and he wears 26, so he gives a darn.
Oh, fair enough. I'll let you cling on to your
Yeah.
John Terry nostalgia.
Yeah. Oh,
because
100%.
I had a 5-minute rant about David Villa, so
David
So-
Villa.
it's only
Yeah, fair enough. And we were talking about Cole Palmer at the time, so there we
No,
go.
we were talking about David Villa, and we went on a Cole Palmer rant.
All right.
You got it twisted.
Listen, I think the time has come. I think the time has come to make predictions. First, predict this lineup.
I go with the same exact 11 from last week,
So it's basically what you see here.
from Friday.
This is exactly it, isn't it? Colwell, Silva, Tasasi, Gusto, Chalacha, Caicedo, Chilwell, Fernandez, Sterling, Jackson. Exactly, right?
I don't think it changes, not one bit. Same exact lineup from last week.
Would you change anything here? Let's
I don't even know who's on the bench that's not injured.
yeah, let's see. So
Our whole bench is injured. Madueke does he feel inspired by Madueke's Carabao Cup
yeah.
performance that he gets in over? It's not getting in over Sterling. He's not getting in over Gusto because Gusto has to play defense and Madueke's not playing defense.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess there's really nobody that you could really switch out here, is there?
No, this is the team. Short of there being some news coming out tomorrow that one of these guys got a knock in training or something or warm ups.
The injury list is freaking long, isn't it? I
Well,
mean,
here's something. The only change that's even remotely feasible would be the goalkeeper.
right. That's true. There you go. Who knows about this new guy, honestly? Like, I saw his first interview. Great Serbian guy. Seems really excited. Seems motivated. But, you know, I guess that's one that could happen.
That's about the only one, though.
Yeah, I guess I could see. No, I guess we don't really have anybody. It's going to be Caicedo.
You think Caicedo's not playing tomorrow from the start?
I mean,
Goodness
I would
gracious,
take Disasi out and put in Trevmate, personally.
He's hurt.
Yeah, okay, I guess he's hurt. So.
Also, ew.
Yeah, he's hurt. Trevmate. I guess one thing that could happen is you could see Mudryk come in somewhere here, maybe for
Second half, maybe 30 minutes.
Gallagher or something, and then Fernandez drops back, and it's Mudryk and Sterling, sort of forward behind Jackson. That could happen. Because I mean, I guess you probably won't see Mudryk, even if he does come back on the bench, which I think it might happen. You're not going to see him start. So
He's not starting.
yeah. Okay. This looks about right for the. Although Worrell, how could he got a red card in the United game? How could he play this game? I think it was a straight red card, right?
I mean, again,
That's an automatic 3-game suspension usually.
the predictions on
Yeah.
FootMob are not
Right.
accurate.
Okay. But
So just assume some other mediocre center back will be starting.
Didn't Turner play for us? Wasn't he? No.
No, he's the United States keeper.
United.
He played for Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal. That's right. It was Arsenal. It was Arsenal. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, so it's going to be Tim Robinson, the referee. I don't remember who that is.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
What's the score, Daniel? It looks like we're going to give up
Ooh.
something. I think it's likely.
I'm going to go with, let's see. I mean, this seems to be my prediction scoreline every week, but it's going to be like 3-1. That's how I see it. And that's how I mean, because we've been playing similar class of opponents with similar styles.
Yeah. And they've
So,
scored in every single game they've played except for the Burnley game, which was the EFL game.
I don't buy into that in particular. Ooh, I'm way out of focus. Come back.
There you are. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm worried. I'm worried about. Is our back line gonna be better this game than it was against West Ham? And
No, but West Ham's way better.
yeah, but I know Aboni is hot. Yeah. And Ina and Aurier, I really think that you're going to see supply coming from there. You're going to see a lot of crosses coming in from these two. Okay, I'm going to go with I think we're going to give up definitely at least one goal, maybe two even. Yeah, I'm going to go with 4-2.
Okay.
4-2, that's the prediction. And
4 seems optimistic.
yeah, Sterling is hot right now. Jackson looking pretty decent. I don't think, again, I'm not happy with the way we've played attacking, but especially if we give up early goals, I think we're going to open up and try. I don't know. Yeah, 4-2. That's just what I'm going to say. Make it a little different.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Let's bring you.
Just excited for the match. That's all.
Yeah. So now I made your face bigger. So now everybody sees there's no more share screen there. Looking forward to the match. I think we'll get it, but hopefully the performances start coming into and we're not getting a striker, so there's no optimism there, is there, Daniel?
Nicholas Jackson is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, that is so sad.
He's a good player, man. Like, if I'm saying he's a good player, he's probably not rubbish. But if you say he's a good player, there
I
needs to
think
be a
he's
full-on
good.
investigation and some
I think
some double
he's
checking done.
good, but he's not ready to be the star striker at the best club in England.
But
So.
Chalobah's allowed to play center back, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
Gallagher is allowed to run around the midfield, right?
Chalobah has the experience now in the Premier League. He's calm. He's got Silva next to him. He plays great. He's tall. He's 6'4". He's athletic. He's just a great player. I don't see. Other than Disasi's goal, I'm not trying to. We haven't seen much of him, but like, I don't see why he would start ahead of Trevmate. I don't see it.
I don't know. In due time, when he gets fit, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's we're going to see. I mean, the fact that he was going to Bayern, maybe go to Bayern, is not a good indication. But hopefully Pochettino will see what I see, and we'll be seeing him in no time. He's a Chelsea boy, and beyond that, he's a really great player for his age and all that. Okay. So I guess let's call it. We'll call it that. Feeling good about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll be that. Daniel, I want to thank you again for coming by and having these really exciting, fun conversations about football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And I hope to see you soon. And your takes are always welcome, however hot. Okay, buddy?
I think they're the opinion of the masses. I think your opinions are these hot takes.
Right. Okay. So hot is more like dubious than it is actually heated. So maybe my takes are a little more dubious, but you know what? I was the negative one today, if anything, and I'm usually not the negative one. So I just hated that. I
don't talk about the Wimbledon game enough. Don't do it.
It's hard to
hold
even.
It back.
Yeah, because of the roster, right? And I didn't really see the game, did I? But yeah, I was hoping for more. And it didn't happen.
From what? The 18-year-olds that we played? Come on.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. You know why? Because I was hoping that one of those 18-year-olds would be like, "Hello, I'm here. You're a striker." Was like, I'm honestly hoping that Burstow would come in and just score a hat trick or something, and just get some momentum and really just do something. But that
What are you
didn't
saying?
happen.
That player was Madueke.
I have liked the flair that I've seen from Madueke, but he has not looked at all good against top quality sides. He's looked like he's trying to pull out all the street tricks, and they're just not coming off in the Premier League. That's what it's looked like.
Well, this isn't PSV Eindhoven, so
Exactly. It's not.
it's
And
a
he
different
need
league.
and exactly and it's not. Look, let's see what happens with him. He ain't there yet, and I don't feel confident. He's not going to start. Do you think he might start tomorrow? He could maybe slot in for Khalacha. And that's the
Not
only
for
one
me.
I see them getting dropped here, is maybe Gallagher getting dropped, unless there's an injury or something.
Same lineup as the Luton game.
Yeah, it's gonna be it. It's probably gonna be it. And Pochettino is known for not really changing much, sticking to a small group of players. But yeah, well, whatever. I like Gallagher, and hopefully he has been getting some momentum, feeling in form. He seemed to have had a good game against Wimbledon. Whatever. Yeah, we'll have to see. 4-2.
3-0, yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, Daniel. I'm going to say goodnight to you. And I'll be seeing you soon. Live football and prosper, my friend.
Yes, live football and
We'll
prosper.
see that game tomorrow. All right, I'm going to take you out of here. I'm going to go to the full screen. Okay, guys. That's about it for the show. I do appreciate you all coming by. All of you. Every last one of you out there watching this from your home. I'm sure it's so many of you. But I do appreciate it. And hopefully you come by for some more conversations with friends. Daniel Stock being prevalent. And thank you again. So live football, guys. Prosper. And watch that Chelsea match tomorrow. Thanks a lot. See you.
Soccer? But it's really called football. Soccer? The creators called it football. Soccer? You play it with your feet. Reading between the headlines.